I want to show you one of the fastest ways to go about authentication on Expo using the Convex Better Auth component. And honestly, it's been one of the easiest experiences with authentication that I've had on Expo. We're going to be doing Google authentication, Apple authentication, and then email and password using Resend. And I don't really want to waste any time. Let's just get straight into the actual code. So here we're going to see the actual project that I made, Convexpo, Convex plus Expo. And by the end of this, we're going to have a working auth with this starter. As you see, you go in. And one of the most important parts about this is that it has a delete user. With iOS, that is a requirement if you want to have something on the App Store. So let's not waste any time. Let's just get started. I'm going to open my terminal up. And like any good project, we have to git clone this. So we'll do git clone the route, press enter. We're going to cd into Convexpo. We're going to run pm I and install the dependencies. Once this is done, we're going to run pm dev. But because I already have a working project, and mainly because I have an Expo pre-build or a build so I could show you Apple authentication, I had to make my own project and configure that. So let's just start here. pm dev. Oh. Perfect. So here you're going to see two parts of this. You're going to see the Expo server, and then you're going to look at under that where it says Convexpo backend, which is Convex. So let's just configure the project. We'll do create a new project. I'm going to name it Convexpo. It's going to be cloud deployment. And then it should create, it created a .env.local. So if we go and take a look at it, we'll go to packages/backend, and here .env.local, there's the generated route, moonlit dogfish at 365, I guess every year. So that's awesome. And for now, we're going to do this side by side with the README. So it's just a little bit easier for me to kind of show you what's going on. And like I said, this starter, it's open source. I made it. It's really easy to do. So I just wanted to show you just how fast it is. So if we go here, let's just stop the server. And I'm not going to clear it yet because I want to show you one thing. We're going to cd into packages/backend. And then we're going to do, and I hope you can see this. I'm going to put it on top. Let's see. I'm put it on the top right because I think my face is on the bottom right. Okay. We're going to copy paste the better auth secret. And this sets the secret for better auth. Perfect. Okay, and then for the second part, we're going to need to set up the mobile URL. And if you are using Expo Go, I'm going to scroll up. This is why I didn't clear it. You're going to have something saying Metro waiting on, and it's going to tell you what exactly it is. If you are using Expo Go, and this is the only part where it goes and it's different than what we're doing with the pre-build, is that you're going to have exp://, but because I have a dev build, I'm using convexpo://. So that's just a disclaimer. And if you are using Expo Go, you cannot do Apple authentication. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure. So let's go ahead and set up this route, and we're going to do convex env set, and we're going to set the mobile URL. We're going to press enter. And now we have to set up the front-end environment variables. So let's go ahead and do that as well. So let's do this here. Okay, so I'm going to grab what we just got from .env.local. I'm just going to copy it. We're going to go into apps/native, and we're going to create a new file called .env.development. Perfect. I'm just going to copy it at the very top. I'm going to grab the example, which should be there. And just copy this as well. You're gonna grab this route that we just made with the .cloud, and you're gonna put that there. And we don't have the .site route, but it's not any different than the .cloud. And you just heard that. We're gonna do .site. Perfect. So now our front end is fully configured. Let's just save this. Okay, that's perfect. So now, if you were starting this project and you wanted to do authentication, you could choose any of the three and just do that. But we're gonna do all three. So let me open a second pane here. All right, this is the Google Cloud Console. And in the Google Cloud Console, you have to make a project. And I already have a project. I named it Convex, and you're gonna look up auth. Here it's gonna show you Google Auth platform, and we're gonna add a new client and create a client. And genuinely, this is really fast. So it's kind of why I wanted to do this first. We're gonna pick web application, and I know it's not a web application, but because the browser comes up, I guess it kind of is. Convexpo for the name, and then authorized redirect URIs. So we're gonna go back to cursor or whatever you're using, and what we just created here, the dot site, we're gonna grab this route, this URI, and we're gonna copy this here. And the only thing you have to do is add /API/auth/callback/Google. Okay, when I press create, it's gonna give me the client ID and the secret. So I'm just gonna make sure I'm ready for that. Yeah, let's do that. All right, and we're ready. We're on the back end, so we can add the environment variables. So let's create this. All right, perfect. We're gonna need the snippets. So let me make sure to put this on the top left. We'll do this top right, and this one top left, and this one bottom left. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna need these snippets here. So this first one is for the client secret. We're gonna delete this key here, placeholder, and it's the client secret. And we just have to copy paste it. And you can go back to fix this. So if this sheet goes away, you can find it after. And then we're gonna get the client ID and set that as well. Let's go, client ID. Perfect. All right, and the last thing to configure is to just set it up in, make sure you can see this. I'll go with you. It is going to be in packages/backend/convex/lib/betterauth and create auth. And here, all we have to do is uncomment the social providers and Google, client ID and client secret. And sorry if you hear my dogs. And that should be it. That should actually be it. Let's start the server and just see if it works. We're gonna go back to the root. And we're on pm dev. Perfect. We're gonna add this on the left, and I'm gonna open up the simulator. Let's make sure, yeah, it says convex functions are ready, and I guess we're ready to show you. Hopefully this works, honestly. I'm kind of just doing this like with no stopping or no editing, so I hope this works. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. Google, and disclaimer, before I press to prompt it and press yes and the sheet comes up, on this simulator, I set up my only one account, so the sheet should come up and route me straight there. It's not gonna ask me. If I was on my actual device, because I have two accounts, it would prompt me like pick your account and then press continue. But because we're on the simulator, it's a little different. So just to show you, the sheet comes up, Moonlit, Dogfish, 365, and we're in. Awesome. just to show you to double check. Yeah, here's my auth credentials here with my email. So as you see, genuinely one of the fastest ways to get auth running here. So let me hide the simulator for now. And let me put this, and let's get straight into, we'll do resend next. Yeah, email and password. Okay, so for this, we're gonna need a domain. So for the resend, make sure you have a project and you have to have a domain. So you have to make sure it's enabled on here. And if not, that it won't work. So just make sure you have that. So let's create an API key. We're gonna name it Convexpo as well. And let's just add it. Okay, so we have the API key, and let's do the same thing that we did earlier. And I'm doing this so at least like the bottom right, because I'm pretty sure my face is there. We can, so I can at least show you, right? I'm gonna make a second pane here and go into my projects, CD projects, CD learning, home, CD Convexpo. We're gonna go into packages slash backend. It's mainly because I want to have the server still running while we do this. So let's just get this going here. Yeah, we need this snippet. So we're gonna set npx convex mset resend API key, and just like we've been doing before, we're gonna add the API key. So let's do that. Oh shoot! Well, I have 3 terminals now. Perfect. All right, we added the resend API key, and also we have to set up the auth email. But in this case, I'm gonna name it auth at, and you have to have, because my current domain that's enabled on here is apiary.com. So you cannot use another domain that you do not have on resend. So just make sure you have the right domain on there and make sure that's configured properly. So let's go ahead, press enter. And once that's successful, we have to now open cursor and do the same thing that we did with Google and uncomment email and password. And genuinely, that should be it. I'm gonna have to use iPhone mirroring, so it's a little finicky sometimes, so we'll just see how that goes. All right, that should be it, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, yeah, should be it. I press done on resend, iOS, and let's get my phone running. I'm gonna make sure you can see this as well. I'm gonna have it like right here. All right, I have Convexpo, the build. All right, let's go ahead and try. We have to do a sign up. Add my name, my email. Sorry if you hear my dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It creates the account. Let's go. So that worked. And of course, I think I forgot to show you there's a light and dark mode. So let me show you the credentials here. Perfect. Yeah, you see we have that. Okay, awesome. Now let me just do a forgot password. I'm going to show you the email and then reroute there, and then I'm just going to leave it there because it takes too long. And plus, like, I don't have the show password button where you can see me actually doing that, so it kind of makes no sense. So let's say in this example, I forgot my password. Perfect. Yep, reset link sent. Let's go to my phone here, go to mail, and now we wait. Oh, it's there. Okay, moment of truth here. Let's see. Yeah, we're there. Perfect. Yeah, that's sick. And I can change the password, and then it would take me back to the login, and then I do the route. Give me a sec. Okay, the last thing we have to do is the Apple sign-in. Um, for this, you're gonna need an Expo pre-built. So let me just show you right here. I set up the project. I ran EAS configure and then configure that. There's the docs goes into that. And I made the build. I installed it on my device. But the thing that's crucial about this is that it makes a certificate. It makes an identifier on your Apple account. So you have to have an Apple developer account. And this is auto generated. I have a bunch of identifiers, and you're gonna see once I scroll down, it has sign in with Google, and I'm guessing that's from my app.json, where we configured that, I think. So yeah, it has sign in with Apple. So that's all we have to do, and let's just configure this as well. Yeah, and it's pretty simple. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's set up the Apple app bundle identifier. And like I said, this was auto-generated by EAS when I made the build. So I have the bundle ID here. I add this. I set this. Perfect. The bundle identifier is set up on the app. And the last thing we have to do is, like we did before, is uncomment the social providers, Apple. And in this scenario as well, only because we have Apple authentication, or sorry, iOS only authentication, we're not using web. We don't need the client ID nor secret. We just need the app bundle identifier. So let's just go ahead and save this. Let's make sure the backend is ready there. And I'm not sure how to go about this because I don't know if we can go in the simulator and do this because I configured the project. I'm not sure because I have my Apple ID on here. Let's just try it. Yeah, share it. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. All three. And you can hear a train. That's how you know I'm in Nebraska, guys. Okay. Let's go ahead and that's it. That's literally it. That was 18 minutes and 36 seconds. Let's just show you, I guess, the reactivity in Convex then, I guess, because we have time. You literally have to just listen to the train. I'm not giving you another option, you know? That's so crazy. Timing, too. We finish and the train goes off. Okay, so we have the project here. Let's just create a post here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's instantly there. Let's do one more. Let's do 3. Awesome. So you see all this, right? We have the profile and posts, and I want to show you genuinely just how fast it is. You don't have to worry about state. I mean, you still have to worry about state, but not as much as you originally had to, mainly because it's always up to date. Let me just show you an example. I'm gonna set middle here. So you watch one of these 3 with the starting. It's gonna say something else. In progress. Let's do this one. Middle. That one as well. Let's do end. And that's instantly there. And then finally, let's show you. It's one of these 2 profiles. I'm guessing it's this one. And I'm gonna change it to your mom so you can see what your mom posted. Oh, I guess no. We have 2 your moms. Your mom. Yeah, see, they're all instantly changed. That's why I really like Convex with Expo. It just makes development a lot faster. And I honestly have nothing else to say about it besides it just being really easy. And honestly, here's the code for the reactivity. And this is all on the starter, so you can get started really quickly. I set up a button. I do a handle create post. And then from here, I do a create post. So you do a use mutation, and then this is the API from Convex. So you can just do a go up to the definition and you go straight to the backend where this is at. So let me show you. This is straight to the backend, and we're checking if the user, if we have auth, and then if we do, you can create a post. So it is that simple. These are my queries, and this is my second query with the post and the user profile that we're fetching. So I don't know. It is that simple, and I just really appreciate it if you watched through the end. And have a good day. Take care.